Hey there, Internet. Keeve here, and welcome to the Lawns with Keeve YouTube channel. In this video, we're doing something that I didn't think I was going to do this year, because I'd mentioned in previous videos that I have the verticutting attachment for my California trimmer catalyst, and to keep you doing that maybe once a month to keep it thinned out so I don't have to do that. Well, it's come to the point that I don't have to do the reset. I do not want to cut this grass any higher than this height. I'm actually not satisfied with this height. That's too tall for me. I know that's kind of crazy. And is this something that's needed to be done? No, it's not needed to be done. You can just keep raising your height of cut and you're good to go. But like I had mentioned before, with Bermuda, the brown canopy underneath continues to grow. It gets bigger and bigger. The top green canopy gets smaller and smaller. Every time you cut it, that it gets reduced a little bit each time. And at some point, it's just enough where you can start seeing the brown coming through. The mower no longer is heavy enough to push the grass all the way to the ground. So now it's floating on top of that thick grass, creating lines and just it. And people will look at this and say, it looks amazing. It looks great. To me, I can see it. I see the little bit of unevenness between each line. I can see it. The grass, to me, like I said, is just a little bit too tall for my liking. Right now, it's about 1 1/10 inches, because I was at 1 inch a month ago, and I raised it to 1 1/10 inches because there's a lot of areas, especially ones that get scalped from the undulations. There's way more brown there, and it's not recovering back green because the brown canopy is already at the height. There's no more green. I would consider this a hard reset. We are resetting to brown. We are basically doing our spring scalp again. This is something you could do up to 3 times a year normally, because you have your spring scalp, then you have your scalp before a sand leveling, and then you have your midsummer scalp. This is mid-July to mid-August is the time frame to do this. Really, like end of July, early August is the best time frame to do it. It's hot enough where we are right now. That time of year, you can get a good bit of rain, and the reason I'm timing it for this point is because in the forecast for the next 2 days, it's about 90 degrees, kind of a little bit lower than normal. And then it's like a week of 60–70% chance of rain, which is great for what we're doing here. I put a liquid fertilizer down about 4 or 5 days ago as a spoon feed, some 1200 Lesco chelated iron plus, and that should have completely absorbed in by now towards the roots and everything. Man, this is heartbreaking because the grass has been so green since April, and it looks so good, and everybody in the neighborhood is going to think I'm fucking crazy. I mean, maintaining a grass like this is kind of crazy to begin with. So in order to maintain it 3/4, I have to cut at least 1/4 inch below my intended height of cut. So it was at 1 1/10 inches. We're going to set it to 1/2 inch and just go crazy. Normally you would want to kind of like bring it down a little bit at a time, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to just straight scalp it. Now here's a good way to show. This is the edge of the driveway. You see this brown canopy. These are the stolons, rhizomes underneath, all that, and this green on top. Now this is already 2 days after fertilizer, so this is already going to cut to about like right here. There's not much green left, right? A few more cuts and we're already going to be showing brown through the Bermuda, and it's going to get a more of a highlighter yellow type of texture rather than that dark green. And what we're going to do is just going to chop all this green off and chop some of the stolons off to bring them down. And then a whole new canopy of green grass is going to come up. It's crazy. 2 to 3 weeks and you're back to this. Just what am I doing, man? What am I doing here? Oh. Oh. Am I crazy? Yeah. Now what you'll notice is that it's just so thick that this first cut's not going to do it. It's going to take 2 of these cuts to get it down. There's a lot of undulations, so low areas, the grass, you'll see it's going to stay green. The higher areas are going to get browned out. That lets you know how unlevel the yard really is in the long run. This also require a bag dump about every 2 rows probably, or maybe even less than that. It's going to be a lot of clippings that you're going to have to deal with. So that's another thing to think about. And I know it's kind of wet and dewy. This is why it didn't cut as well. This is going to dry out, and that second cut, we're going to get it all. It's going to look, trust the process. Trust the process. Then also it's kind of floating and sitting higher. Now that we've gotten more of a ground clear, the next cut is going to be shorter overall. the bed is already full. Wow. Trust the process. And this is really good exercise as well. All that lifting that basket constantly. Like I said before in videos, this is my gym. This is the only time I get exercise really. It looks really bad and uneven because it's just cutting off so much grass. And the bagger can get heavy on one side than the other. It's coming back in the opposite direction. I may have to do a quadruple cut. And I know everybody that's been driving by has been like doing double takes. It looks like I'm crazy, but believe me, it's not. Most people will not understand that when you constantly maintain a yard, it grows and grows and grows. Every once in a while, you have to cut it back. All right, so what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna have to do a quadruple cut because it's still not working right. So, but I'm gonna go the opposite direction of the stripes. So check out this dramatic difference in that part of the yard to this part of the yard. Crazy. I think that went well. And even as low as we cut it, doing 4 ways, you know, 2 in the same direction, but against each other as well. And we were still cutting a good bit on that last one. Because the more and more you cut it, the lower, you know, the more closer you get to the ground and the more you get to that even cut. But I think we've done enough. But I guess now you're going to see the updates in a week, 2 weeks to kind of see the difference. I think we would do what's called a hard reset more than just a height of cut reset. Let's see what happens. All right, so we are exactly 1 week from the scalp down, and you can see the green up is already kicking in, and we are much thinned out. it's going to do really well, especially now once I should be able to mow today and get some of the tips off and start encouraging the grass to grow more sideways over time. And like I said before, just trust the process. And this is just Bermuda. This is how it works. It loves this. You see it's coming in everywhere. And I'm telling you what this really did is it really allowed me to see some of the weeds, and I was able to hand pull a lot of weeds. This area right here didn't get scalped as much because it grows a little bit lower overall, and you know, it stayed a little bit greener. As you can see, we have some mushrooms here, which is good. That's an indication of good soil. We've had some really good afternoon rains, which really helps encourage the grass. There's nothing like free nitrogen rain. Up over here, a lot of areas that were thinner have started to catch back in. And mainly a lot of this right here is because we haven't mowed for a week. So we're not like, there's just not a whole lot of traffic in these areas. This is where the mower turns on a hill. It tends to dig and, you know, mess with the grass, and it tends to thin out on the edges. Here's this side, greening in pretty good. Depends on the angle of the sun, depends on how green it looks. If you turn your angle, it'll turn a little bit browner. You see the areas, you know, the greened up because where it had a dip, and that grass in that dip never got scalped. So it's growing thicker. You can even see it over here. Like, look how tall some of this grass is that never got scalped down. So it's been 2 weeks now, and the grass is looking really great in most areas. Some areas it's taking a little bit longer to come in than others. I'm expecting that. These are areas that aren't the thickest overall to begin with, like over here in this corner, but still coming in nicely overall for the yard. Still got, you know, a lot of gaps to fill in, but 2 weeks, I'm feeling this is pretty good overall. Like areas like this coming in really nice and thick throughout the whole lawn. This is that common style. And then right there, you can see that line, the 419, the darker green down that way, coming in much, much thicker. This is probably the worst area. And this was infested with spurge before. And I'm kind of at my limits on my certainty in Celsius for the year application wise. And this area is a little bit thinner. I think next year through this area, which doesn't recover as well, that I might not scalp it as much. We'll have to see. But you see, we had a lot of rain, torrential downpours after I did the scalp. And you can see areas where the washout of the sand and through here. So this was not only having to deal with the scalp, it's having to deal with all this extra sand that's just kind of getting moved down this way. And, you know, I have to kind of rake some of this back to level it out. You can see, even though it looks brown, sandy, there's nice grass all coming up in through here. It's just a little bit of a delay here, and the crap tons of spurge that's growing right through there. This is where things start to look much better. The front yard, so the front left part of the yard is doing well coming in. Some areas a little thinned out. That's an area I'll talk about in a future video where maybe some Roundup overspray came through there. It's coming in really well in the front. Still a lot of spacing here and there, a lot of areas, but it's filling in really well. I think this is what I was expecting. Then over here, obviously near the trees in a more of a shady area, it's thinned out a little more overall. But no weed problems or anything up here, just different shades of grass depending on how tall it is or how thick it is. And then the display portion of the yard is filled in predominantly well throughout the whole area. A few little areas that are a little bit thinner than others. And then obviously it looks a little more brown. It looks like it's burnt, but it's not. It's because it's kind of facing you, so you see that brown just as if you were to see it like this. It is a little bit thinner through there, but over here we've gotten it to green up a little more. This is the 419. Comes out to about, what, right here, than the common. And this is how short I want to cut it. Those areas there's darker areas. I don't know what it is. I don't know if the 419 somehow got in over here. It not only is darker, like it's a lower, you know, level, and it didn't get scalped as much, but also it just looks like a different breed of grass versus the rest. It's just a dark ring right through there. And there's a little bit of a one right here as well. So there's our height of cut reset. And in most areas, about what I was expecting after 2 weeks, we're expecting about 80%, 75 to 80%. It's just going to keep filling in, especially now that we're back on every other day mowing. We're going to be encouraging more lateral growth. Initially in that first week, I cut it just the one time. And you know, it's growing up. Now it's starting to get thicker and thicker, and you keep cutting and cutting, and it starts to push out a little more. It's coming in. I'm very satisfied. So like I said, you're not going to ruin your yard, especially if it's Bermuda. If it's zoysia, it's going to take longer to recover more than likely. But these are the type of grasses that you can do this to. And now we're basically starting with a blank canvas again and getting it cut nice and low. So there you go. I hope that maybe, I don't know if it answered any questions or anything that you may have had about doing a height of cut reset or a scalp. You can reset and it'll be just fine. The best time to really do it, everybody really does it, is the end of July, early August, depending on your climate that you're at. If you're a little bit further north, then you're going to want to do it a little bit earlier. If you're in even a hotter climate, you might be able to do it even later in the year. Just depends. You just want to be 6 to 8 weeks out from the end of the growing season. Kind of like mid-October is kind of the end of the growing season here, where things kind of start really slowing down. You want to be actively growing in order to be able to do it. I will also say the new Revolution 26 mower that I have, the other one is at Real Roller, is getting completely worked over because I can tell there's a cut difference for sure. I don't know if my drums were off a little bit or what was going on. And the one side of my reel just wasn't backlap sharpening as well as it could be. So hopefully they can get that taken care of. But this cut is way, way, way better. And I'm not doing the double cut right now. I'm just doing the single cut every 2 days, and I'm just swapping directions. Once it gets thicker, I'm probably gonna have to go back to a double cut, but it's been a nice little break. So there you go. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to check the links below for anything in the video. Product tags, discount codes down there as well. Links to Keeve merch, links to my Cars with Keeve YouTube channel is there as well. And I'll see you in the next video. Just testing exposure from this distance. Testing exposure, testing exposure.